Well, here we go again. These new studios being bought into the Microsoft studios has been almost overwhelming to witness. We have never seen anything like this in the industry where a company invests this heavily into new studios and developers, all with the aim of making their gaming division stronger than it ever has been. To accomplish this in such a short amount of time really does show how much confidence Microsoft has in the Xbox brand. And the most impressive part about this whole situation is that Microsoft isn't done yet. There have been leaks expressing that Microsoft isn't done with acquiring new studios. I made a video last week talking about how Xbox was considering IO Interactive to join the Microsoft Studios family. Well, the news doesn't stop there. Clobriel, the same person who gave us the leak of Obsidian Entertainment, has come out and said this: "Let's make this Monday a bit more interesting. I can say that Xbox is in advanced talks a few months with a mid-sized studio that historically worked together with PlayStation a bit. No name dropping because of ongoing negotiations for now, but it's interesting nonetheless." Now, Colobriel has come out and said he isn't an insider and that most of these rumors are just that, rumors. But he has been right about certain things more than he's been wrong. So we can take this news and discuss which studios Microsoft could potentially acquire. Now I'm going to go through 4 studios and give you a rundown of what they've done and what I think why they should join Xbox or why I think Xbox might be targeting them. Their first studio that I've seen float around is Quantic Dream. These are the French developers that are based in Paris. They just released a very well received game in Detroit Become Human, which is a telltale type of game where all your decisions affect the overall story experience you will get. We have to remember that the rumor indicates that Xbox is in advanced talks with mid-sized studios. Quantic Dream is about 180 developers strong, which is about the same size of Obsidian Entertainment, a mid-sized developer. To me, this would be a huge pickup. They are an extremely talented developer and are able to release a game in that 2 to 3 year cadence that Matt Booty was talking about his studio's aiming for. While their type of game doesn't really draw my attention, I find that they are good for a certain amount of gamers. Not to mention they are the perfect game type that can be released in the middle of 2 AAA games, much like their game was released between God of War and Spider-Man for Sony. This could be a huge PlayStation-centric developer that goes to Microsoft. I find it to be pretty cool if they do join the Microsoft studio and see what they can work on. Maybe they want to expand a little bit or change up what they're doing. Kind of have their creative juices flow, much like they did with Detroit, but maybe headed in a different route. We don't know. The next studio could be Ready at Dawn. These developers are located in Irvine, California, and they are mainly composed of former members of Naughty Dog and Blizzard Entertainment. They have ran into some trouble the last couple of times. Their biggest disappointment was The Order 1886, which was received with mixed reviews. It didn't sell very well. They mainly were designated to PSP development with games such as God of War Chains of Olympus and God of War Ghosts of Sparta. The Order 1886 was their first try at making a AAA game, which they struggled to accomplish, be it the talent or the budget. No one really knows what went wrong. There are a couple of PS4 fans that find the game extremely underrated and want a sequel, so they have their fans. They have fans that actually do follow them. This again could be a solid pickup for Microsoft because they seem to fit the bill of what Microsoft has targeted before in their new studios. A group of talented developers that might just need the time and budget to create something special. Since 2015, they haven't brought any big titles out since The Order. They have mostly concentrated on multi-plat games and an Oculus Rift game for the last couple of years. So hopefully they can rebound with something great and bring out highly rated games like they used to with the PSP. After them, the next studio could be Supermassive Games. These developers are located in Guildford, England, United Kingdom, which, by the way, Phil has just said he was visiting Britain to talk to his developers located there. Maybe he made a pit stop here to discuss certain things. These are the same guys that made Until Dawn, which was a surprise hit for the PlayStation 4 at the beginning of this generation. It was released in 2015 to positive reviews and positive feedback from PlayStation fans. Since that game, they haven't brought out a whole lot of compelling games that have caught anyone's attention. They have focused on PSVR games that I've never heard of, and they recently just signed a deal with Bandai Namco Entertainment to create an anthology for the Dark Pictures Anthology, which will be a multi-platform game. Again, This studio has proven to have a lot of talent when given the time and budget to work on something that speaks to them. And if the last couple of games they have developed is indicative of anything, it's that they are making a lot of smaller games. I have a feeling they could be a studio that can use a creative change and given the time and budget to make a game they are truly excited to work on, which Microsoft can provide them, as we've seen them talk to Ninja Theory, inXile, and Obsidian, and even Compulsion Games, telling them, hey, make the game you want to make. I'm pretty sure that is very appealing to a lot of these studios that are maybe looking to not become independent anymore and try to get that stability going so they can create games that we remember and love. The next studio is one I actually hope doesn't happen because they are extremely talented but haven't brought out anything that screams creativity to me, which is Bluepoint Games. They are located in Austin, Texas, and have been a very PlayStation-centric developer. While they might not create new IPs or AAA games, they have been a solid addition for PlayStation with remasters. They are the creators of Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, and recently they just released Shadows of the Colossus for PlayStation 4, a remaster that was received extremely well. This is one of the studios I really hope doesn't happen, not because they aren't talented, but because they have only concentrated on remasters. Could there be a studio that actually wants to create a game of their own, with a budget that helps them execute the new IP they create? They have been a very good staple for Sony this generation, releasing great games that deserve remasters. Let's see if they want to branch out and create worlds that belong to them and not another studio. Maybe they want a creative change and kind of, make those creative juices come out, and maybe Microsoft is that studio that's willing to take a risk on a vision they've had for a while that other studios probably didn't want to take the risk on. These are the 4 studios I could see Microsoft targeting. Of course they won't sign all of them, that's just unreasonable, but I could see them targeting one of these studios to be acquired and then announced at E3 2019 as one of the surprise studios at E3. I truly believe Xbox is targeting studios that might fit that AA to AAA studio output, but in the back of their minds, they want to see if all these studios can be trusted with bigger games. The reason Forza Horizon 4 is so amazing is because the developers working on the game have years of experience working on that particular game, and years of experience working on the Xbox system and architecture. Xbox is going to be giving these developers the resources and the time to create something special. They won't be handicapped by budget or brought down by time restraints. It's all about giving these studios the opportunity to shine and show the gaming world what their talents can bring to gaming. And each one of these studios that I brought up fit that criteria for Xbox. They have the talent to create something great. They just need the time and experience to stand out. But I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation. Go down in the comments section and let's get into a discussion about this. Do you believe Xbox is targeting these developers on purpose? If one of these developers goes to Xbox, does it hurt Sony a little? Which studio do you want to see Xbox target the next couple of months before E3? Let's all get together and talk about it in the comments section. And please hit that like button and that subscribe button. It really does help the channel a lot and it really means a lot to me. I always appreciate the support I get on YouTube. And please follow me on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always roaming around talking to people about games and just having a good time. Alright everyone, have a good one. I'm out of here. And remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.